Good evening. Welcome to the special bulletin Indiana News. I'm Sukhdev Singh, your host. I have friends from Canada who are visiting us here on Rotary Friendship Exchange Program. They've been here in India for last couple of days. I have the pleasure to hear them here in front of you so that you can hear what Rotary does, how they are liking their trip to India. And I would like to, first of all, I would like to introduce my friends to you so that you know who they are, from where they are. First, I would like to introduce my friend here. His name is Mr. William Anderson. He is member of Brandon, Rotary Club Brandon, Canada. He officially joined the club, Rotary Club, in 2011. Then I have a other friend here. She is Judy Anderson, and she is also from Canada. Judy and Brent. Then we have a Brent. They joined clubs since its inception in 1985. They are involved in the club annual Lobster Fest fundraising. In the course of this interview, our main aim is for the viewers to know what Rotary do and what we all are here for. So my first question to Mr. William Anderson is, tell us something about the Rotary inception.
Good evening, and I'm delighted to be here. Rotary has been active for about 100 years. It's one of the original social welfare clubs in North America and around the world. It has an amazing history of longevity and going from strength to strength. We are classified as a community, as a service club in Canada, which means we raise money for worthy causes. One of the causes we support is health issues and education, poverty, and also we raise money in our club by holding book sales, 3-day book sales twice a year. This is a major source of revenue, and it enables us to be a viable and important source throughout the region in which we operate. We have been doing this for a number of years and will continue. It is approximately 1,000 hours of volunteer labor required for each sale. We are happy to do this.
No, that's wonderful. How do you get the people who work for you for 100,000 hours to prepare these books and then sell and raise funds for the betterment of the society?
There is a system of collection, there's a system of sorting, and there is a system for transporting the books to a book sale twice a year in a suitable venue, which enables about 1,000 people to be viewing the books for sale at one time.
And approximately how much is the fund which is raised every time?
We raise about $30,000 each time.
That's a huge sum.
That's several million rupees, yes.
Yeah, it is. If we calculate in Indian rupees, this is huge money.
I think it's 1.5 million rupees.
Yes, it is 1.5. Wonderful. Keep doing good job. And it's excellent. You guys are working wonderfully for the help of the mankind.
Yes.
Judy, I would like to ask you one question. Why are you here in India on this trip?
It's really important for us as Canadians to come because we really want to understand Indian culture and the society, and to make friends, because for me Rotary really is about peacekeeping and ensuring that we have strong relationships across the world. And so for us right now it's India, and And I just really need to say that we have met some fabulous people here. And these are friendships that will last for a very long time. And I know that the group here in Endor will be coming back to visit us in Saskatchewan and in Manitoba.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're going to come back to you in sometime in June this year.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
So that's really wonderful. The concept itself, it says Rotary Friendship Exchange,
Yes.
the friendship getting exchanged. You guys visiting some country, the country fellow visiting you.
Yes.
They learning your culture, you learning their culture, staying
Mhm.
with them, bringing people closer
Yes.
and motivating each other for the service of the mankind.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's wonderful. Brent, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Please, we all Rotarians know how polio has been almost eradicated from third world or for the Asian countries. Could you please tell us what Rotary has done, what are the programs, and how are they helping to eradicate polio from the world?
Well, thank you. Well, Rotary got involved many, many years ago, more than a decade ago, with a Polio Plus project, we call it. And the design was to eradicate polio in the wild. And we've raised well over US $1 billion, perhaps more closely in on $2 billion, to eradicate polio, mostly in the third world. Polio now is only live endemic in 2 countries, Nigeria and Afghanistan, where we've had some trouble inoculating everyone. But it's been an amazing project where people have contributed money. The Rotary teams have gone out into the field with medical teams to the most remote villages in India, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, all over South America and Africa in order to deliver the polio virus, which, as you know, is a severe crippler of children and lasts forever. You never really recover from polio. So it's been our great pleasure to raise that money. And as Bill said, they raise money by selling books. We raised money. We sold thousands of cookbooks, just Canadian cookbooks. We sold lobsters at lobster parties every year, 600 lobsters. Anything people can think of to raise money. And we also had the great good fortune that Bill Gates' father was a Rotarian, the designer of Microsoft.
Yeah, yeah.
And he has been matching a great deal of our funds with money from Microsoft. So the whole project has really taken off. And polio has almost been completely eradicated in the world, not just in India or South Africa, in the world. We're now working on hopefully a similar program to eradicate measles. These are other programs we're working with to raise more money. We're not going to stop with polio. We'd like to take on some more diseases that can be easily eradicated in the third world.
That's wonderful. Could you tell us approximate numbers? How many people are still suffering from polio in the world as of now?
I can't give you a number. Again, there's only 2 countries in the world that have not let us completely inoculate their kids, and that's Nigeria and Afghanistan. But I think last year there was maybe 100 cases outstanding of polio. The numbers have dropped dramatically since we brought in the inoculation program, because it's a very simple oral serum. It has to be refrigerated, I believe, once it's taken to everywhere. So you have to admire the Rotarian volunteers that have accompanied the medical people into the different parts of the world with this vaccine in order to deliver it in a timely and efficient manner. It's been a really remarkable program and a huge success.
I know it is. It's a deadly virus, and it makes a person's life miserable.
Forever.
Yeah, I've seen people suffering through their life, not being able to move properly. It's an excellent job being done by Rotary. We thank you, Rotary, for all this, and look forward that they keep doing much more things than what they're doing. Apart from polio, I would like to know, gentlemen, what Rotary is doing on AIDS, cancer, tuberculosis, and some other deadly diseases.
I don't know that we support individual programs. Of course, each club is separate, and each club will decide on which program they want to support. So I know in our club, we're not supporting individual agreements, but typically people come to us and ask for money, and we'll give them a one-time grant of $1,000 or $5,000 to further facilitate local research. At present, I don't think there's any major approach to cancer or AIDS, because AIDS is a huge program. I'm not sure if Rotary International is contemplating doing that or not. I know there's some subsidies for the drugs, because drug therapy is available in many third world countries, but the people can't afford it. So I think we're trying to make some of those drugs more affordable by local clubs on a local basis.
So that's wonderful. Tell us what Rotary is doing in education and health, specifically.
Well, education, we do a lot of educational programs. Typically what we like to do, and I think Bill's club's involved in this as well, is we'll find a community in sub-Saharan Africa or South America, Central America. I know that one of the Rotarians Club is heavily involved in Guatemala. we'll find a small village. I know as a club member in Saskatoon, Mr. and Mrs. Peter Zakreski, they've adopted a village in Malawi in Eastern Africa, and they've spent the last 5 years in their retirement going to Malawi, building schools, building facilities for bathrooms, or overnight schools, boarding facilities. So typically try to find a project like that, and we'll match our project in Canada with a Rotarian club in their country, in Uganda or Ethiopia. And having the two clubs work together makes the friendship bond even better, and you have someone in Uganda you can trust to get the money to the people that really need it. So we do a lot of those sort of partnering projects, digging wells, building schools, all those sort of infrastructure programs to make kids' life a little bit easier no matter where they are. Just having a simple thing as having a healthy source of water in your village and not having to walk 3 miles for it is a huge thing. For us, not such, water in our country is easily available, but if you're living in rural Sudan and you have to walk 3 miles twice a day to get a gallon of water, it's a huge issue to have a new well. So those are the sort of projects where Rotary is interested in promoting.
Well, that's wonderful. Just now you said matching grant. Could you please tell our viewers what is matching grant? How any club can raise funds for a project? How can they get the matching grant? How it happens?
Bill, do you want to field that one, or do you want me to handle that one?
I think I'd like you to handle it, please.
Okay. Matching grants is, I've never actually applied for a grant, but what we do, you come up with a project and you try to find another club that'll go along with you. So if we raise $5,000 in indoor, and maybe the Bhopal Club would match that. They'll say, well, if you guys raise $5,000, we'll raise $5,000. Then Rotary International matches that grant, and quite often the Canadian government will match that grant. So you can take $5,000 and instantly it becomes $25,000 because the other club has matched it, and then Rotary International, which centers in the States, they will take funds out of their long-term fund. They have millions of dollars in their long-term fund for matching grants. They will match that grant, and then sometimes the government will match their grant. And sometimes, I think Bill Gates, again with Microsoft, I don't promote him too much, but quite often if we raise $100,000, he will match that $100,000 and give us that. So $100,000 becomes $300,000. So it's a matching grant process. Everyone gets in on the action, and everyone can help to raise more money.
But then does it mean that somebody has to contribute 25% of that money, and then say one portion is given by the sponsoring club and remaining 100% by the Rotary International?
Not necessarily. It's all a dollar. If I find 5,000 and can match it with your 5,000, that's 10. Then Rotary International will give me another 10 grand, so that's 20 grand. It increases like that, doubles all the time, all the way up the chain.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. See how a small money, then the contribution from the other partners build up strong, and Rotary is doing wonderful jobs for the mankind. It's wonderful, friends, to have you here with us. It's been a phenomenal journey. Knowing you guys, knowing your culture, spending some time with you. Looking forward for you guys to meet you soon. We wish you a very best for your services and your health and your family in the coming years. Look forward to catch you soon.
Thank you.
Continue watching Dijana News.